Hey YouTube, Shan Money here. So I am coming to you today with another video. Now, as you can probably tell from the title, this is an interesting topic. Um, First things first, I want to say, I've been contemplating making this video for a while now, and I feel like recent events, I'm just finally like, you know what, it is time to make this video. I had a whole bunch of notes and things, and like as I'm writing and writing and writing, I'm like, this is way too much for me to write down and try and remember. I'm just gonna go off the top of the dome because it's something that I experienced a lot from the time I was younger till adulthood. I still get it now. Um, I don't want it to be like a controversial video. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. That's why I keep looking down. I don't want it to be a controversial video. I'm literally just speaking on my experiences and what I've dealt with for so long. Excuse me too, by the way, this is literally me all the time. I live in t-shirts and I love them, especially big stretchy t-shirts like these. So that's what you're gonna get, with a little foundation on my face and a little lipstick. Mind you, I'm not really good with makeup at all, so it's gonna almost be never that you see me come on camera with like a huge beat face. And I have my glasses on right now because I need to get some new contacts and I've been putting it off, and I'm not getting any new ones until like Wednesday, so I'm rocking out with my glasses, which is fine. Anyway, sorry that I ramble back onto the story. So this is a topic that I've wanted to do for so long because I feel like I've just always dealt with it, and it's just kind of crazy that still until this day I have to deal with this. So I won't get into the specific details, but I grew up and was born and raised in a suburb in Pennsylvania. That's where my mom and dad decided to raise my sister and I, and that's where we were up until I'm 26 now. Up until we were up until I was at least like 2021, and I had moved to the city after that. So since I was younger, of course, starting out in elementary school and things like that, I didn't really get it as much, but I will say that I would get it from a couple family members. And the thing that I get that, everybody seems to say the same thing is, why do you talk like a white girl? That's what I always get. Being a black girl from a suburb, I have gotten that all my life. And it's to the point where it's just natural now. It is what it is. Now, of course, obviously, those people are just dumb and, unintelligent in the fact that obviously you are a product of your environment where you grow up, and stuff like that determines, how you talk or how you act or how you think in some ways. If you grow up in the city, that is how you're going to act with the city mentality. If you grow up in the suburbs, that might be how your mentality is going to be. If you grow up in the country, if you grow up Midwestern, that's how it's going to be. So, a lot of times we can't help, how we talk or how we say certain things or whatever the case may be, because it's not like when you're born you come out the womb and say, hey mom and dad, can you move me to here, or can you move me to here? I don't really want to live here, so can we uproot ourselves to somewhere else? No, it doesn't work that way. You are a product of your environment, and you obviously live and are born and raised based on where your parents choose to have you. My parents chose to raise us in the suburbs, so that's what I knew for the longest time, as being a suburb girl. Now, as I said, in elementary school, I would really only get it from, a couple family members, like, oh, why do you talk so white, or why do you talk like a white girl? And then, of course, I was young, so I wasn't going to say much, so I was just kind of like, oh, I don't know, or, I can't help it, that's how I talk. And, it was just that for a long time. And then when I got to middle school, I started to be around, more of my own kind, more like me. It was more diverse. There was all type of different ethnicities in the school, and with that, it started to become more and more frequent. I started hanging out in the city a lot with my friends because that was the happening place. That was where you would go for different things to do and different places to hang out. And um, the more I hung out down there and the more I met different people that came to my school and stuff like that, the more I would get the same thing. And for a while, I thought that it was literally just me, like I was the only one in the world that, you know, experienced this, but there's actually a ton of different people that experience this. Um, so, as I said, the more I started hanging out in the city and stuff like that, the more I got questions. And it was always, why do you talk like that? Why do you talk like a white girl? Why do you have an accent? Why do you talk so proper? Oh, you're obviously not from the city. Where are you from? Blah, 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 blah. The same old bullshit. So, when I would say, I'm from so and so, or I was raised in so and so, it would always either be where, or, oh, you need to go to the city or hang around some of your own kind to, learn how to talk. And that shit hurt me for a long time. For a long time, I was just kind of like, damn, I'm not like my kind. I'm not like, you know, I'm not accepted, I'm not wanted, or, it was always, oh, you're uppity, or you think you're too good, or you're too better because you act that way, or you witnessed this, or you experienced this, or you were around this, or you're used to this, or you say this. Like, and it just came to the point where it was like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm so tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing it all the time. So, I got him in school after I got to high school. It was still the same thing, but I think it was more because there were a lot of more of my kind in high school. By the time we got to high school, it seemed as though there was a lot more, you know, black people, coming to the schools and moving in the area and stuff like that. And especially, it was really big with kids from the inner city. So I remember one time when, there was this girl that was that came to our school, and I don't know, I don't think she was there for a long period of time, but she just came in. I feel like she was just a bully to everybody. Anyone who was black that wasn't from where she was from, she pretty much had something to say. And I remember walking in the hallway with a friend who was, Caucasian, and I hear her, as she walks past us, yell, "Oh, there's a lot of jungle fever going on in here." And I was just like, for what? Is it necessary? Like, get the fuck out of here. It was just so annoying. And if it wasn't in school, it was, out of school, from the same family members, from, different friends, from, just random people that I didn't know. So, I'll never forget a little story. I'll never forget I had, it was a mutual friend of me and some of my other friends, and we were talking one time, and I remember talking to that person, and they were like, what area are you from again? And I, told them where I was from, the suburbs of Pennsylvania, and they said to me, "Oh, well, you need to move down to Philly or hang out in Philly so you can learn how to talk because you have an accent, you don't talk like us." And that had stuck with me for a long time too. And then once I graduated high school and I started to become comfortable with who I was, I started getting different friends from all over, and I started, getting, friends and different people that went through the same thing as me. I was just kind of like, fuck what these people have to say. I could care less. I'm going to be me regardless, and that's just what you're going to get. I would never be the type to dumb myself down or, talk a certain way or act a certain way because that's how everybody else was because they would accept me. If you didn't accept me, then, fuck you. move on to the next person. I was never the type to go with the norm. I always moved to the beat of my own drum. Me and my friends, that's just always how we were. We did our own thing, and we didn't give a fuck what anybody else had to say about it. So, um, after high school, I still had the same issues. And it was crazy because I thought, I graduated high school. I'm an adult now. I'm in my 20s. I'm meeting, different other adults, obviously, working in professional places. And it was still the same thing, but it just seemed like there was even more people that were even more ignorant. And it was just always, I could be talking to somebody, and in the middle of a sentence, in the middle of me talking, them be like, oh, where are you from? You have an accent. Where did you say you were from again? Where? And the responses I always got were, oh, or, oh, where is that? That's always what I got. And the crazy thing is because I was so comfortable with myself and where I was from, and I didn't care anymore, I would, when they had such dumb comments to make about me, I would come back with a smart comment, and they didn't like that. And it was, oh, or, oh, what, you think you're better, or something like that. And it's just kind of like, at this point, I'm like, fuck it, take it the way you want to take it. I really don't care, because I'm going to be me regardless. And I've actually gotten into heated discussions with people because of, where I'm from. And it's just crazy to think that there's still people out there in this day and age that aren't woke enough or intelligent enough to realize, oh, you're a product of your environment. You are who you are. Like, you are raised a certain way, and you're raised in a certain area, and you adapt to that, obviously. I mean, there's no reason why I am a full-grown adult and still have tons of adults asking me, where I'm from, or why I talk the way I do, or why do you talk so white, or, I had a grown adult male in his late 40s tell me my opinion didn't count about something because I was basically white anyway, so your opinion didn't matter. You're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. You're not talking to me, because you're gonna get a mouthful. You're gonna hear my mouth. I'm no longer gonna shut up about this. If you have ignorant shit to say, then I'm gonna have ignorant shit to say back to you. That's just who I am. And take it the way you want it. If you want to say I'm bougie, if you want to say, I act like I'm stuck up, like I'm better, I don't care. You shouldn't have said what you said out your mouth, and I wouldn't have said what I said, because you should be smarter than that. So I really had somebody say that to me, and when I had a, bitchy answer to say back, they didn't like that. And then it came to, oh, what, you think you're better, or I'm not as good as you because I don't say things this, that, and the third, or I don't fully pronunciate this, that, and the third, and whatever. Well, you know what? You shouldn't have cut a check that your ass couldn't cash, because I'm going to come back with it. I think people really think that, you're supposed to bow down to them, or you're supposed to cry, or you're supposed to be sad or mad or angry, or you're just supposed to shut up. No, I feel like from everything I've witnessed and gone through, people really see that as a way to intimidate you and make you feel less, or make you feel little, or like you have to change yourself or conform to what they want or how they say things. And it's not going to be like that. Not with this girl. No, not anymore. I'm not that same girl. So, I don't know what type of, backlash I'm going to get for this video, but I honestly feel like it's something that I've just been, dealing with for so long, and that I have, kept inside for so long, and I'm just ready to talk about it. That's what I'm here for. Let's talk. Let me see if there's anybody else who goes through the same shit that I do, even until this day, being an adult, going through the same shit, hearing the same thing from people, because it's just ridiculous. And it's so funny and so ironic that in a world where we're constantly trying to have everybody be equal, and, say that everybody's lives matter and that we're just trying to be one and all get along, that you still have people that want to judge you or say something because of where you're from, you know? And I just make this video for people out there that feel like, they have to conform to other people, or they have to bow down to them, or they have to act like them, or talk a certain way, or do things a certain way to be accepted. No, no, you don't have to. Be you. Be you. Be true. Be you. That's what I always say. And that's what I've always stuck to. And that's what I will always stick to. I'll never be that fake person that somebody wants me to be because they don't like how I act, or, I'm not like them. Point blank, period. So, with that being said, I just hope that there's somebody out there that, can relate or has had the same issues, because I know that I've dealt with this for a long time. And even though I do know, a couple people, or, a handful of people that have dealt with this, I would love to hear more from people that have witnessed the same thing. And what are some of your stories? What have you been through? What are some of your experience? Do you still experience things till this day? Do you not? What, let's talk about it. I think it's something that should be brought to the forefront, because I think that's the issue. People don't speak on this topic a whole lot, and I think it should be talked about, because we have to do better. Like, in this day and age, we have to do better. We have to stick together. So why preach so much about that and want that, but when you come across somebody that might be different from you or have different values, you want to try and pressure them to act a certain way, or question them as if they're a foreign person. Like, no, let's just all be equal. Let's just hang out. Let's just, talk about the same stuff. Let's just live life, live our lives. We don't have to worry about other people and what they do and, how they think about stuff. Just do you, be you, and move on with your life. And if people can't accept that, then it is what it is. Fuck them. That's my motto. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and just let me know, down in the comments what you think. What are your thoughts? How do you feel? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. If you don't like this video, I am sorry, but I'm just speaking on my, personal experiences.